Hi everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I have a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for you today, and more huge downloads have been coming in for me. I'll have to get that organized for you, but I'll touch on that a little bit today. It was pretty cool. It is March 22nd, 2019. 22 is the number of the Fool. So taking that leap of faith and freedom. And the day adds up to 37-1, which is the King of Cups. So this is that new start for us this year, going into the Aries energy here. We have the King of Cups and the Fool, and unconditional love, and then taking that big leap of faith. And today, 22 is 4, but besides the 22, the number 4 was coming up huge today, and everything having to do with perspective and reflection as the phone rings. So, and remember that reflection is shadow. Shadow is a reflection. So it's all the same. It's just seeing things from multiple points of view and reflecting opposites to bring out whatever shadows, are hard to see. But it was huge, the stuff I was getting. It was a little bit rainy here today, and the wind is still huge, gusts of wind coming in. And it's so cool because Spirit, when they want me to write down a time when I'm doing my read, a huge gust of wind will come and it'll be 11:44 or, whatever. I was noticing everything about 4, even when people were saying, I am 4, 4 was coming up today. And the relationship of 4, because in the spiritual world, I think people resonate with the number 3 more so, as like Trinity, as opposed to the number 4, and I'm going to get into that. At 9:43, as I'm doing the read, the sun was coming in. I was getting, let the sun shine in. And in the read, 2 4s came up, as well as 4 numerology cards came up, and then for Romance Angels, 4 cards came up and an additional 2, but the 4 came up separately from the 2. So 4s were coming up a lot. It was done at 9:44, the read for the masculine. It was, 9:44, and then I got sidetracked for a little bit because some more information came up. There was a little bit of nervous stomach for the masculine as I started the read. And in some of the calculations I was doing, something came up about adding and subtracting and multiplying. That's not always about adding and subtracting and multiplying. Sometimes it's about seeing the reflection. You know how I show you letters and numbers merged together as opposed to added together? Merged together or reflected the other way. So that's more important than the adding, subtracting, or multiplying. The reflection, seeing things from another angle. As when you take a number 2 and you reverse it, it becomes a heart that's supported. If you take the number 4s and reverse them, like I said, it's like a chair where you put another chair up on it, upside down, which is basically breaking things down, right? When you break down a party room, you stack the chairs, that's 44, 8, it becomes an 8. Just seeing things from another perspective. 2-inchworm came up again. 2 and 2 are 4, 4 and 4 are 8, 8 and 8 are 16, 16 and 16 are 32. So I realized, because this came up the other day, or twice I think already, the reason it was coming up is the reflection of them. Like I said, the 2 becomes a heart, supported, the 4s stack chairs, and when you put the 8s together, if you just do it in blocks, not the rounded 8, but the block 8, like on your clock, the 2 8s coming together is literally you sliding a window open. It's opening a window. 8 and 8 is 16, the tower, opening the window to set yourself free. And then 16 plus 16 is 2 open windows. French doors open wide for a huge opportunity. Do you see how there's always different perspectives on how you can see things? Also from a wider angle, sometimes very close up, and then from a very wide perspective. So, breaking things down to understand on a human level. And I was breaking down Trinity, and Trinity is tri, Nai, which is Monty Python, you know, a show of power. Try show of power, and then say thank you. Or T for support. Trinity. Okay? Also, Atlas was coming up again. And I was getting a breakdown of at LA, City of Angels, S, which is Sophia or source. But S is very important in the downloads that I was getting because it's an open circuit around circular energy. And it needs a thorn to be closed off, because if you take an S like that, you need that thorn. You need that instigator in order to close off the circuit, all right? But we're infinity, we're unlimited. The 8 may be infinity, but it doesn't reflect infinity because it's a closed circuit, okay? So that's part of what happened with the downloads today. As we got into the read, oh, and don't forget too that 1 plus 1 is 1, because you bring two ones together, it's 1. So it's not always about 1 plus 1 is 2. Sometimes it's 1 plus 1 is 1. The read was done at 10:19, and the major arcana were from the Sirian Starseed deck. Under the underlying energy was the star, and then Karma, Tower. Karma is the judgment card. Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, the Great Wheel. Reflection, which is the Hermit, and then the card after the read today was the Shadow, or the Devil card. There were 2 Pentacles, 3 Wands, 2 Cups, and there were no court cards in the Divine Masculine's read today. The coding and the numbers that came up with the coding were all about patience, parenting, and music. And that may seem tame to you in those words, but they were very important the way they came up today. So to the nth degree, it's all about love. That's number 6, which is also when you write S-I-X, the number 6, it's Sophia 9. So 6, Sophia 9, which is usually I see as the feminine collective consciousness, but it can be source collective consciousness as well, the entire. So that's love. And then seeing things from a different perspective. So when you write down 44, instead of writing 144, it may be 14 and 4, like I brought up the other day, where I ended up adding up 14s and 4s separate from each other, but they're actually the 144. Patience and control of grief to the nth degree in the height of reflection. Okay, so that's patience and parenting and music. What do we do in those 3 situations? When we have patience, we reflect. When we're parenting, we look at our children and we reflect. When we're listening to music, we reflect. So it's saying, to the nth degree, love, be an angel. 14 is the angel, but 4 is the emperor. But the emperor is control through patience. The angels with patience to control your grief to the nth degree, the height of reflection. Okay, so during these full moon energies. To the nth degree, risk grounding and integrating your sorrow. To the nth degree, at the height of reflection, is patience, music, and parenting. So then this is where I got sidetracked even more. The numbers that came up with the coding were 6, 144, 5, 155, not just 144, but 155, 44, 20, 11, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13, 68, and 10, and 232. So of course 11 is justice, 20 is the judgment, 44 is the mastering energy of the 4 of cups, 13 is the death or transformation, and 68 is the page of pentacles, opportunity. And 10, of course, is that high vibration, the wheel of fortune. Okay? So when thinking about patience and the coding that was coming up here, and that everyone always thinks of Trinity as opposed to 4, 3 or 4, and circular energy as opposed to square, so circle versus square. And you think of the higher vibrations as being circular, right? Because when you have circular good energy, it's very smooth and flowing. And when you have someone who's very nervous, their energy will be reflected like, disjointed Reiki energy. So very sharp edges, which is disjointed energy. But when you look at things from a different point of view, from a diamond point of view, okay, what do you see here, right? This is when you see a triangle, right? And 4 triangles equals a square. But if you see the 3D perspective, and remember there's even more perspectives as we go up 4, 5, 6, 7, and limited D, from each angle that you see it, there may be something different. There may be something sticking out on this side that when you're looking at it from this angle you can't see. So what you're not seeing when you see the circle as being higher vibration than the square is that the square turned on its side is the diamond, all right? The diamond, so it's 2 of these on top of each other, right, to make a square. And look, this is the 3D. It's a cone. It's not a square. And this isn't a sharp edge. It's actually what becomes the tunnel to the next diamond that reflects it. So what is this? Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go get another one of these because I want to show you this. Okay. So when you think about the circle and square again, this is the diamond, right? So that's a square. But if you put it on another angle and I'm looking at it from a different perspective, it becomes a diamond. And so you still think the diamond has these sharp edges, right? Because it's the square on its side, so here, top and bottom, and side to side. You know, on the diamond, obviously, this isn't usually here if you just see a triangle. But what it is, these edges aren't really pointy. They actually continue on and represent the toroidal field, okay? So the toroidal field is like this, right? Like a core of an apple. And this literally looks like an apple top. I'm trying to get these straight, but but you get the idea. That's the core of the toroidal field. And on either side of the core, right? So the parts of the apple where you see the ovals on either side, when you see a toroidal field represented, those apples, the sides of the apple, and then you have the core in the middle. Well, the core is the, you know, like the hourglass. It's the funnel, but the parts in the apple are actually the safety zones. Because think about this: when you have a house in a cul-de-sac, it's everyone loves the house on the cul-de-sac because it's in the safety zone. It's in the inner circle. Whereas when you have a street going outward, it's exposed. So your home is exposed to the traffic, and that's not as enticing as the cul-de-sac, which is on the inside. So the inside of the circle is the safety zone, right? Now outside those 2 circles is the core here, which is like the vortex, right? You have this shape here. So going through that tunnel, that wind tunnel, like going through a tunnel when you go through the Lincoln Tunnel or whatever, you have to go, it's like a dark bridge, right? And it's not just about one diamond. It's about diamonds continuously connected. So when you have diamonds continuously connected, what is that? Where there's no sharp edges. It's literally the number 8 with no top or bottom. It's a continuous flow of creation. All right. So you have this flowing like water. You have fluidity. So this is the actual infinity. And it goes on to even more of that. But I have to draw up the drawings. So I just want you to imagine one more thing before I go into the read. Let's say you have a pyramid, all right? You have 1, 2, and then 3 balls on the bottom. The spaces in between the balls, you know, it's like a labyrinth, right? You have, every time you go through 2 balls, you have a choice of which direction to go. You can go this way, or you can go this way. And there's always a triangle, like that Irish knot, in the middle of those choices, because it's really three ways. It's where you started from, and then the two choices between the balls. So just write down a pyramid of balls, 1 ball, 2 balls, 3 balls, so you get what I'm saying. The in-between is the core of the toroidal, where you're traveling, and the choices in life are, and these are different dimensions, right? Because a toroidal field is like this, but there's many, many toroidal fields or dimensions. So as you go, you can go around the ball and go around in circles and never go anywhere, or you can go around the ball and come to a Y in the road and make a choice. Or like a molecule, see that triangle right there? It's got, like a molecule, there's a line from one to the other. So just like that, in the pyramid of the toroidal fields, instead of going around the circles and taking the long route, the lines that go from circle to circle are the shortcuts. It's the 4D bridge. So they're not all called 4D bridges, but that is the example. So you can either go in circles, you can go around and then finally choose to break that pattern and go in a different direction or a different dimension, or you can take the harsh road, which is across the 4D bridge, which is tough, but you can get there a lot quicker to the other dimension, to the other world, to the other toroidal field. So pretty cool stuff, huh? So what represents that is the curved H, like that, with the line through the middle. I'm just blanking out on what that symbol is, or what letter it is, what Greek letter. But the lines represent the danger zone, because the 4D bridge is like, it's like purgatory. It's all murky and dark and a lot of death and crap that you have to bring up. But once you get across that bridge, you're in a whole new world. Okay, so don't forget that a diamond is just 2 cones put together. It's not square and there's no hard edges. It's perpetual flow. It's fluidity. The space between the words, 0 point, safe haven, the cul-de-sac. So just remember that example. Okay, and then 46 came up as important too, because if you multiply 46 times 3.14 pi, it comes up, I didn't do the full pi number, but it comes up as 144.44. So pretty cool. And if you put is it 3 and 4? If you put 4 and 6 together, the number 46, if you merge them together in box numbers like on your clock, they become a box down here and then another one on the angle with an open top. So it's an open circuit, basically, which is my point. And then I wrote down wow when I was getting all this information, and then realized that wow upside down is mom, which is birth, which is quanta. So at 11:11 I wrote down a square is a diamond with soft edges, the toroidal field, the Irish knot, always a choice of 2 paths to take, or the shortcut, the 4D bridge, to go through the pain or the long way around and enjoy the view. So that's what Spirit was always telling us during our long journey of waiting. Enjoy the view while you don't have a choice. So really important. That was at 11:11. And I will draw that up so it's a little bit more clear, so you have a better visual. So, going on with the read at 11:14, Trinity is lack brought to light, healing, dreaming, shining your light. Because remember, the Trinity, it's about Christ's sacrifice. Here, Trinity is the lack here is being brought to light in healing and dreaming and shining your light and being sovereign. The masculine seeing the feminine. The divine feminine light is shining bright, extending a hand to those left behind. Pressure or laser on back of right leg. above the knee, tight. You know how I'm always saying there's a right knee block? Now it's showing me to put pressure or massage above the back of the knee. And whatever you feel that's tight in there, the muscle, and it feels to be a little bit lateral, so out to the outer side of the knee. But it's not at the knee, it's above there in the thigh. So whatever the connection to your knee there is going to help release whatever pain is there, that the anger that's stored there. But it was coming up as energy, light. You know, use your energy, use your light to help yourself. Something about the mother comes up, the mother's sacrifice for her children so that they can shine. Opening the window of opportunity to shine here with 44 came up. Presently, the Divine Masculine is out on his own, the King of Cups in deep contemplation of freedom and taking a leap to the 5D and to the 5D-dom, like a kingdom. Contemplation of freedom, taking a leap to 5D-dom. Sun at his back with 5D connection, sacred. His loyal friend had brought him a bag and a flower. He took it and walked off without them, without a second thought or a second glance. The friend with pure, loving intent, but the fool was proud and conceited at the time, felt they were intellectually superior and or physically superior to them. After all, she was plain vanilla, and he was all sorts of dark rainbow, black, maroon, muted green, beige, gray, faint yellow, and off-white. Now all he sees is her pure white light and his beige and gray, and her trying to get him to let her massage the back right leg before he trips and falls. He was praying with his shoes on, and now they are off, covering himself. Before he was covering himself with orange rust, low chakra energy, and soft yellow tinged with dark. Now he's covered in blue and gold and compassion pink on a green platform. His world openly incomplete across the 4D bridge, which is murky, from the Queen of Cups, him as the wounded warrior, still guarded. He resisted transformation and change, resisting her love, her kindness and sweetness, thinking she was weak. But now it is his world that is dark and messy, and she is an island unto herself, as water flows gently around her. Pay attention to the red flags, comes up as the underlying energy here, and beneath that was, this could be the one. So follow your guidance. Then it was 11:44 as the wind gusted and told me to write down the time. The wounded warrior is out getting sympathy, telling his story about the man behind his back, hiding his flame and giving flame messages to bird, with goat following him. So it could be a bird, it could be a feminine, and then a goat could be a Capricorn person. All right, and that could be a child as well following him. Telling the story about the man behind his back, hiding his flame, so some kind of man interfering with his flame, whether it be messages or blocking him in some way, and then giving the flame messages to bird or some female, could be the karmic, with goat following him. So it could be whoever's following him at work or at home, could have been taking information back and forth or blocking him from information. And then I was getting a little birdie has now told him. Trying to burn the past with boobs I was getting, so that could be a booby person or boobs literally, but trying to burn the past with boobs for new passionate growth up top, not below. He's been avoiding the talk because someone has a big mouth and can't keep a secret, and for new passion, he knows he must meditate and go within as the King of Wands and his more nurturing, affectionate self. Doing awkward dance with knee, toe, sole, toe, knee, bent knee, heel, toe, mythos, mitos, cross keys, toe, knee, choosing a path or crossing the bridge to get to the outer islands. So that was pretty cool because Spirit was just referring to the Divine Feminine as an island unto herself, and here it was talking about all these connections of the masculine and how he can get to choose a path and cross the bridge to get to that outer island. So all of those words coming together, take it as it comes to you. They don't have to make sense, or they may make exact sense. Doing the awkward dance, all right, with knee, toe, which can be nido, toe, so, knee, toe, sole, so nido, sole, toe, knee, so it could be toe, knee, but I was also getting knee, So know what someone is, has Nini, maybe it could be a grandparent who's Nini or Nini on TV. Bent knee, Bentley may come up, as well as heel toe, or you need to heel your toe. Mythos, mitos, cross keys, Toto from the Wizard of Oz, Nini, and choosing a path of crossing the bridge to get to the outer islands, to the other side. Okay, so here the Wizard of Oz is coming up again. How do you get to the other side? Okay, remember that you had the power all along, and Spirit's connecting with me. So also I was getting there that someone masculine may have a left upper thigh or butt injury, which you know I'm always getting my butt, so it doesn't mean that it's a certain kind of energy. It could just be someone who has an injury there, or it could be someone passing gas in the morning. You know, it's pretty funny actually. The King of Wands is sorry he let the karmic stomp on your heart, and that he left it out there for her to do so. So he's taking responsibility for that, along with dessert on the floor. Raspberry flowers are beautiful, but strawberry fields forever. The heart has dulled in color over time. Creativity came up as the underlying energy, and manifestation was below that. Creativity is number 3, and manifestation below that is number 8. So, finding peace at night across the silvery moon, thinking of the harvest, which isn't till fall. But the masculine is always thinking ahead as far as business and how to get ahead. How to escape the situation without hurting anyone now that the grief is over. The Emperor is present with Viking ship sailing away in gray, starting to notice the white birds starting to fly by and getting close to him, wondering what he's up to. Now the seas have calmed. And then as the crazy winds started up outside. So they're not really calmed yet. 3 cups in the grass with gold Easter eggs overturned. Blue and white silks with gold burned in the fire along with scepter. Dark amber skies leaving along with the dark black birds with stingers. Winds crazy blowing trees over to clear the dark energy for spring. The Emperor, Caesar, astrological chart. Who is he really, and what sparks his heart? Besides snow bunnies and blue eyes. Old ship may be sailing, but wood and gold leaf boat with 3 Excaliburs and maiden with blue coat coming in. Present to work, needed in meditation, 5D to clear wounds and end the battle within. So masculine understands this now. Following his synchronicities and his guidance. And notice that guidance is Guy Dance. The King of Wands is being creative. Recently, at home, 2 flames, presently not concerning himself with the details, perspective, opportunities or money. He's just recovering from his insecurities, manipulation, or loss of tools to make things happen at work, integrating his own divine masculine and feminine. The foundation for the masculine is all about karma and opening up his crown. Detoxing the Queen of Pentacles reverse, who could just be ungrounded due to the King of Pentacles running away or running around, or lying, cheating, and stealing to give another that energy at work. Or while the divine feminine is detoxing the prison of their connection, not with them in separation, the King of Pentacles is being scammed, cheated, or lied to at work. The central energy here is all about the divine masculine's heart, the Batcave, which is warm. He's hermiting, but the Queen of Wands reverse is obstructing his light. All right, so she's impatient or out of control with temper tantrums in his space, calling him all sorts of names, liar, cheater, thief, all sorts of names like that to make him feel guilty about message he shared with third party, magician, or a social circle, or gossips, or even a coven. So it's her like blaming him for everything, how the information got out, if there's gossip, whatever it is, when it may have been her who actually told everyone. The challenge being grief over the conquest, no longer fighting or conflicted about how he feels for love of his third party. The Queen of Swords speaks her truth, and the King of Wands now aligns with her, getting over the loss. Now, in crowning the masculine's reed is expressing feelings of the slowdown, of the truth and triumph. Sometimes the wheel turns in reverse to slow things down so you can see more clearly, like Mercury retrograde. It makes you see the details. It's like in slow motion. And then as it turns back, and then it builds the momentum back up to force forward in a more powerful way. Yet he's happy, being patient and hermiting. He's expressing the feelings of this slowdown in the Mercury retrograde of truth and triumph. He's unhappy, yet happy, being patient and hermiting, or being patient with a hermit, waiting for ship to go away or come in, just anything, some kind of movement. All right, so he's feeling the angst of the feminine, just wanting some kind of movement. Could be anything. Feelings of injustice, of divorce process, marriage, church, priest, contract, established new passion, with Empress amidst the trees. I was getting the Empress, the Hierophant, and the Angel were all together. Also could be a mother, church, commitments, guidance, patience. A mother's message to share to don't forget to share with the church. Send some money over there and be an angel and pick up some groceries and alcohol and make magic while you're at it, right? To bring home to me. So that could be the karmic or the mother. Libra unhappy with Taurus, double Taurus, Sag, or Libra, Taurus, Sag, longing for flame to manifest, his inner child or son bringing them together. Soon, the masculine, a tower of freedom from work, exposed scam, or debts to be paid off. Suddenly, all of this is going on, but he's happy, 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 and free, ready to leap. He is the Six of Cups, starting over in love, offering a new life in union with High Priestess. The energies coming up here from Romance Angels were romantic feelings, chemistry, which is all about the magnetism, heart-to-heart conversations, soulmate, yes, this is your soulmate, and then the last two were wedding, this involves marriage, and new love. So at 12:39, a UPS truck went south. Around him, or how he is seen, is the Ace of Wands, juggling low vibe energy of negative self-talk, verbal assault, or stalking, standing up to others and fending them off with renewed vigor. The masculine needs to clear blocks about his destiny, about purging, about being out of control, jealous, and insincere, being with an insincere, unhappy family forever. But that's not how it has to be. Just because that's how it's always been doesn't mean that's how it needs to be going forward. To clear blocks of what your destiny is, and that you believe in destiny, or how much power do you actually have. All right, so don't worry about the purging and being out of control, or feeling jealous, or being with insincere jealous people and unhappy family. That's not going to continue. The energy from the numerology deck were patience, parenting, and music, like we said in the beginning, but even more so the synchronicities, the guidance. Just follow your guidance. That's all you need to do. Follow the circles until the next Y in the road. Just like at Oz. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow, 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 follow. Anyway, you can look that up if you want to look up the words. Because of the wonderful things he does. Okay, so there's a passionate rescue, a fiery connection here. Hermit with light, detached, but still loves twin. May need some inspiration from him. Narcissist, Hierophant, or Taurus, uninspired or having tantrums around the divine masculine. Having talk about spoiled children or spoiling children and detaching from their nonsense. Trying not to judge himself and his inner child too harshly for letting kids and or karmic get out of hand. Twins amidst manipulators, overreacting and out of control tantrums, spoiled brats. Kids whining and manipulating to get their way with daddy or mommy again, but I was getting mostly daddy here. Shadow web in sleep for the masculine, in rest, in quiet meditation, letting it all go. Minimal patching up for the karmic now, trying to use him again. Suddenly grieving again, the masculine, laying down swords to balance and knowing. Back in the saddle again, continuing now on his journey ahead, like it's full steam ahead. Getting attention and being successful and leading the way. Star at work coming out, being judged by twin and kids with new passion. For union, the divine masculine's heart suddenly grieving again, Destiny of expressing feelings. Wise hermit with loneliness, and light and dark, forever juggling the two. Okay, so wise hermit or isolated and lonely, light or dark, forever will be juggling the two to remain balanced. All right, so that's the read for the masculine, and I'll pull some oracle cards for you as well. So let me know what you think below in your comments. As always, thank you for all of your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments. Please do so below. And my website, twinflames3344.com, and email at gmail.com are both below with all my information if you should need anything. Energy portraits, the information is below and on my website, as well as my CD, Twin Towers to Twin Flames. It's on iTunes, CD Baby. It's on Google Play and Amazon. And that'll definitely help you with clearing, and I hope you like it as well. So if you need any session work, healing, anything you'd like from me, please refer to that information. Okay, I'm going to get into the oracle cards. There's very high energy today. It's not in a negative way. It's a little bit stressful because it's high energy, but it's not negative energy. It's like when your downloads are coming in, it's like woo! So it can be overwhelming, but not in a negative way. That's when you just need to remember to ground, okay? And I have your stone here over here for you guys too, that you are not alone, okay? And I have a tiger's eye here, and also what's it called? Celestite, I think. It's supposed to be like it really cracks open your pineal gland. It's like ayahuasca with the DMT. It has those properties in it, okay? All right, so let's see what we have from the Ascension deck. Take a deep breath, guys. Clear and align. Fill the empty spaces with only beautiful organic diamond light today. And remember, a diamond, you know, has prisms in it, has all of the colors of the rainbow. Diamond light. Okay, so today is March 22nd. The wind's like gusting like crazy outside. March 22nd, 2019. For everyone watching in the best and highest good of all is concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Let's go with Sophia again today. Sophia. What is it we need to know? What is it we need to learn? A lot of cards, I gotta count. The bottom of the deck is Archangel Retreats number 50, which is the 10 of Cups. Okay, it's complete emotional and family fulfillment. I visit Archangel whomever in my sleep tonight. So whoever you want to visit. Breathe in their energy and they will enfold you. Your guidance is to receive for yourself and ask for the light to help you serve the world. Thoth is the first card out, number 31, which is the 5 of Wands, expansion energy, and then the moon came out, number 11, which is justice. It's also 11 of the two masculines and feminines integrated within their divine feminine masculine and balanced at 0 point. And Thoth was saying that he's the bird. He's the bird who's giving the masculine messages. 31 and 11, 3111. 4 and 2. And we had 4 and 2 were the 4 and 2 were the romance angel cards that came up. 4 and then 2. It's also 46 coming up. And I have to count these here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay, so there's 25 in this pile here, and Isis happens to be on top if you want to see that. Okay, there's 25 cards here. That's the Knight of Wands. We have two more, which is the 27 then, which is the Ace of Wands, which is in the environment position in the read today. The Knight of Wands. Yeah, the Knight of Wands was definitely here in a rescue effort here. Like in the Tarot Sexual Magic, this is the Knight of Wands. Okay, so rescuing in the fiery energies. And Thoth says, Thoth, the high priest in the golden era of Atlantis, led his tribe to South America to become the Inca civilization. He taught that when every single aspect is in tune, the whole is automatically in harmony. Your guidance is to bring all parts of your life and your body into alignment so that you can enjoy perfect health and happiness. Imagine every cell of your body is a part of an orchestra. Let your thoughts conduct a magnificent concert for radiant well-being. Attune each area of your life to a higher purpose so that your life is a celebration. They were just bringing me to the word celebration, and celestite was coming up again, the stone I was just telling you about, this blue stone here, celestite. But also celebration is celebrity, ration. Okay, so ration your celebrities so that your life is balanced. Okay, affirmation is my life and my health are in perfect harmony. The moon says that the moon is the causal chakra of the universe. It certainly does cause stuff. And radiates divine feminine energies. Call on it to cleanse your aura and energize you. Remember, the influence of the celestial body is always there, whether you can see it or not. When you're offered this card, you are called on to practice your feminine qualities of love, wisdom, compassion, intuition, inclusiveness, discernment, and oneness. Your guidance is to go within and seek answers from your huge font of wisdom. The moon will bring you clarity so that you can flow with the current of ascension. And the affirmation is, I listen to my divine feminine wisdom. And just remember that the moon has shadowy energies. It's the reflection of the sun. It's not the sun. So it's going to be the shadow of the masculine or the feminine energy, which is darker. Okay? But remember what I said before, that the earth is coming up as the feminine, Mother Earth. The sun is feeding the feminine, but the moon is the reflection or the karmic energy, the false light, the false twin. So that's coming up as the three-way situation. All right, so and just because someone's a false twin doesn't mean it doesn't denote something bad. It means that they're not that person's actual twin. It could even be a soulmate, but they're not the twin. We all have shadow, and we're all reflecting back to each other, not just to our twins, with everyone in our lives, our kids, our families, our friends, everyone. Even the stuff we watch on TV. Clear and align. Clear and align. Take a deep breath, guys. Alright, March 22nd, 2019. For everyone watching, the best and highest good of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? This is posed to Sophia and Thoth, since she came up there. Sophia and Thoth, what is our guidance? I'm making me count a lot of cards today. Yes, that's Thoth. He's all about numbers. The bottom is trust and faith, and allowing the sun to shine through. And that was coming up first thing before my read today. The sun shining through, okay? The card that came out for you guys, the first one was Wisdom Reversed. The Headless Horseman and the Horse with No Name. It's just 4422. So mastering the fool, taking the leap. Like, don't cut off your nose to spite your face. It's saying don't leap when it's foolish to leap. There's always calculated risk involved, but also guidance. There is not much risk if you're following your guidance. So don't cut off your nose to spite your face. And Mr. Ed's saying, yeah, because then you'll go from a unicorn to a horse. Okay. I'm getting Planet of the Apes again. I was always upset with Planet of the Apes, and I saw it when I was really young. Their mouths and the, you know, I had a little Curious George doll too. You know, the monkey's mouth, how it's just like a line around the circle. There's something coming up about that. That brings up something for you, let me know. Because it's not the first time I'm noticing this unicorn's mouth. It's like Planet of the Apes or the monkey's mouth. Speak no evil. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Because gossip. Gossip is not wise. And it hurts people's feelings. And also I'm getting with, you see that the unicorn is being represented here as the divine feminine, right? Because in the, what was coming up in the read was the fool with the little white dog, who's his loyal friend, is the feminine, the pure of heart, who's giving their love. And this is being parallel to that the unicorn is also the feminine upside down because of the gossip or the talk or the hurt or the feelings, whatever it was, caused her to be upside down and then not be wise. But it's not wise also to hurt something so pure, right, of intent and thought and heart and soul. I'm getting Mr. Ed again. A horse is a horse, of course, a horse. Boy, it's been many, many, many years since I've seen that. He's saying, I have feelings too. So it's saying the masculine. The masculine is pure of intent as well. Okay? He may not have intended to hurt the feminine. Alright, so the monk or nun is coming up here as well as the orphan. Both upright. Okay, so pray for the children. Use your intention for the good of the children so they don't feel alone. So your inner child doesn't feel alone, that you're never alone. You aren't alone. Use your energy, and that was coming up too as healing the back of the knee. Use your light and your energy to heal others with prayer, which is your meditation. But don't isolate because you're isolating from the world. If you want to isolate because you want to be the hermit and be wise because you're doing deep contemplation or you're getting downloads or whatever, that's fine. But don't do it to hide because that's fear. The orphan has been abandoned. So it's always that abandonment issue will come back to you. When you feel alone, it's because you're disconnected from source. You're connected from your higher self. You just need to go ahead and ground again or meditate. Okay, make sure you drink plenty of water because that's like ultrasound gel. Okay, you need that to connect. Drink plenty of water. Make sure you get plenty of rest. It's a little hard in these full moon energies. I haven't gotten plenty enough. I haven't gotten enough rest this week at all. Not last night either, but it wasn't the worst. I'm also getting that now that you've been alone for a long time without a sex partner, for some of you, it's saying that now you can identify with the monk or nun and understand their intention, their love, that their pureness of spirit, their purpose, their marriage with God. It's just keeping that connection open. Okay. So this was from Thoth. And then this is from Sophia. You are not alone, okay? And then we have the 25 of the Knight of Wands rushing in. I'm sorry, it's not 2, it's 3 cards. So it's 25 plus 3, so it's the 2 of flames, the twin flames. Maybe the Knight of Wands came up for a reason, because he's rushing in for a rescue. It's a 28, the 2 wands, 2 flames, the twins. 25 plus 3 is the Empress. Oh, that's the Knight of Wands and the Empress. Well, the Knight of Wands still came up. That was correct. So it's 25 here, but just not the Ace. The Ace of Wands did come up in the read anyway, but this was bringing up the Twin Flames. But they're bringing up the Ace of Wands as well. The 1 and the 2, just like the cards came up. 1, 2, and then 25. The Magician, the High Priestess, and the Passionate Rescue efforts. All right, so now we have Journey of Love. Okay, Journey of Love. Clear and align. Clear and align. Clear and align. Clear and align. Filling empty space with the only beautiful, organic love and light. Diamond light. Alright, so it is March 22nd, 2019. Everyone watching, for the highest and best of all is concerned. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Thoth and Sophia. Take another deep breath. What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? One from each. And then just numbers to count. Okay. The cloak is 50 again. So we have this for 2 underlying energies, 50, which is complete emotional fulfillment. And this definitely looks like Jesus. Okay. Thoth is saying, no, that's me. And but to stand in that cloak of Christ's light, so the gold, the sparkling gold and white light. You can bring some rose pink into that as well, or you can bring the whole rainbow in. It's your choice. It's always your choice. We have 1 and 1 came up, and then 3. 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 2 is 4, and then another 2 came up. 1, 2, there's 7 cards of the Chariot. Oh, your chariot awaits, Prince Charming. And I was just getting the Cinderella chariot, the pumpkin. And so cool, these 2 last cards that came out, I'm not going to read them to you, but it's Her Grace and God Speaks, but they were sitting just like this. Look how the finger touches to the next card. Really cool. It's like touching the light that comes in. Oh, this is so cool. This is referencing my pin connection, where the Divine Feminine's pin, the tip of her pineal, connects with the light. And also it's showing you, it's also referencing what I was just telling you about the energy wave. You see that this is like an S, the energy is like an S. So reflect this energy and you see like valves. It's like a vessel, like a vein. So a vein looks like this with valves, right? That's exactly the flow of energy of the S. And the valves cause momentum. It's like the wheel going retrograde to restart again, to give it a push, to give momentum. Okay, but the first cards that came out with the communal dance is number 5, which is the Hierophant. It's also expansion and freedom. The Dance of the Planets, which is 56, which is the 2 of Swords. That's being in your knowing. Okay. And then the other 3 cards that came out were the Breaking. And that's the King of Pentacles, number 65. The Heart of the Moment, number 16, which is the Tower energy, which was also important, coming up in my numbers with all that stuff about the toroidal field. And then the Light field, 63. 63 is the 9 of Swords. That's the purging process. The 40 bridge. Look like a bridge to you? Okay, the purging process is the 40 bridge. The unfolding of it. Feeling like you're stuck in the middle of a 40 bridge. And I can tell you a story about that because I did the Grand Canyon many years ago. And when you take the mules across the bridge, it's a suspension bridge, so it's, you know, waving. But if there's any panel out of the normal placement, the mules know, and they won't move. So they were stuck like halfway on the bridge with the people on the mules, and the mules wouldn't move. So of course then that freaks out some of the people because they're stuck on a suspension bridge on top of a mule who's freaking out. So, but that's a whole nother story. But it's the same type of thing, feeling stuck in the middle of that bridge and not knowing how to get across. Part of the moment, 16. So the King of Pentacles and the Tower and the, okay, so this is the masculine going through the purging cycles. Like as soon as he comes out of it and he felt like he was fine, all of a sudden he's back into a purge again, which was fine. He's getting it now. It's not like it's a bad thing anymore. He's understanding now the cycle of it. And here we have expansion and knowing. So masculine's in his expansion and knowing. And then her grace and God speaks. 17 and 33. Her grace, the masculine seeing, her grace is her connection, her direct connect, that God speaks through her. And that's 33 of the Christ vibration and 17 of the star, of the dreams come true, of miracles. And here we have the 7 of the Chariot. Your chariot awaits. Okay. So, what are we going to read here? So we'll start with the communal dance, number 5. The communal dance, lover, you've been alone too long. Okay, and we have the orphan here. Your community calls you to surrender your isolation for this moment in time and instead join the cosmic conga line. Do you know how special you are? So much so that this community would not be the same without you. Your individuality and uniqueness can only enhance this group of souls that calls you to dance with them, men and women, human and spirit, heaven and earth. Your community is vast and rich and has much to share with you. Be lifted in celebration of belonging. Recognize that you are a part of something great. Can your heart grow warm with recognition? You belong. You are meant to be a part of this great dance of love awakening on the earth. Your heart is already beating to the rhythm of music, rum. My next door neighbor is blasting in their car. He does that sometimes, but I'm like feeling the vibrations here and hearing it. But someone may be drinking rum out there as well. This oracle brings you guidance. You're being drawn into a new community that's more aligned with your innate spiritual vibration. You'll feel more at home there and be able to share your gifts and talents more freely and with greater support. Let go of relationships or situations that you've been holding on to out of fear. They're meant to continue with you. They will remain. If not, they will fall away, creating space for new connections to come into your life now. This is not a time to hide in what you have known, but to be open to playful connection with kindred spirits soon to be met. And it's 5757, which is the 3 of Swords. Okay, it's separation, that heartbreak. When I stood in front of you, I knew something was in store. I could feel the excitement of our journey ahead, for I had been that way before. Each person comes into our life with lessons we may see, and in reflection of that other self is the person we can be. And of course I started out the read today, that today was all about 4 and reflection. And remember that 4 is the Emperor, and the Emperor's in control because he has learned patience. Patience is the control. That's all the control that you need. That's it. Okay, and then 56 is Dance of the Planets. Ah, Planet of the Apes. They're so funny. There are forces larger than your own personal destiny at work in your life now. Although they are not inharmonious to you, you may feel as though you're being blocked from, or on another hand, rocketed towards the heavens on a roll that nothing can derail. Either way, the planets are dancing as they will, and there is an effect upon your destiny. It was meant to be at this time. From rising there will be gentle rest to recover before rising again, and from restraint there will be propulsion into greater stratospheres. All things in time, according to the wisdom of greater cycles. And that's the unicorn with wisdom upside down, okay? It is okay to trust in the cosmic cycles and divine timing. After all, what point is there to rush to the bus stop if the bus doesn't depart until tomorrow? And what point is there to hold back if you're all ready to set and go? Trust in the timing and rhythm of your life now, especially if it seems out of your control. Patience. That is the dance of the planets happening through you. The oracle brings a message. Pray that the planetary forces, and we got the card to pray, pray that the planetary forces funnel blessings of grace, and we got grace as well, unconditional love, mercy and joy to you now, that their movements through your life may happen in such a way that you can make the most of it. These are the times when big shifts are possible, supported by cosmic movements, so pray for grace and then enjoy the ride. Perfect. In those days, time was ours. We walked in the rain and held each other's hands. Your lips warm against my skin, and your soul melting into mine, as night became morning, amongst the cobblestone walks of now forgotten places we called ours. Okay, and I love that because it always takes you back to past lives together. Okay. All right, and we're on the 1 minute. So why is it my clock timer is on 60, but it hasn't turned to the 1 of the hour? Very interesting. Well, drink your water, get your rest as best you can, be good to yourself mostly, and do something fun. It's spring, and rise and be loved. Bye, guys.